Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan, and I'm wearing a bucket hat because I like fun. And this bucket hat came from Bojangles in Sanford, Florida, and it was $20.
I'm glad you mentioned fun, because there's a war on fun that I'm about to talk about right now.
Are you going to wage war on fun?
With our no. I'm an advocate for fun.
Since when?
I'll tell you.
You are not a fun
I'm
ally.
a fun ally.
No, you're
yes,
not.
I'm the most fun ally here.
I'm wearing a I curbed my language because our attorney's here. I'm wearing a chicken hat, for Christ's sake, and you're the most fun.
With the kids, I'm the most fun, Daniel. You know that.
Okay, with the kids, you are the most fun.
Anyway, Moe
You
Dewitt's
only
here.
like fun when it's with your kids.
That's true. Because adults, just like Daniel, get to work with
I'm
that stupid
fun.
hat.
This is a great hat.
Put on a collared shirt.
Mo likes to dress up. He's fun.
Yeah, I'm fun.
How you doing, Mo?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Hold on, I gotta get my headphones back up, and I can't do the hat and the headphones.
What is going on around
So,
here?
Mo,
Do I wear
falling
It's all
apart, Mo.
shenanigans.
Do I wear it like
Bunch
a
of
fedora,
shenanigans.
or do I wear it like? How do you wear a bucket hat and still do things? It's a very invasive hat.
So
It's all over. It's big. It's bigger than it's got a bigger carbon footprint than most hats I wear, and I'm not used to it.
Protect you from the sun.
So Mo, you are our attorney, and I have to
He's like,
discuss.
unfortunately.
I said that, but I don't know if he agreed to that. When I said that, I looked at him, and it was like, he's like,
I think I'm stuck at this point.
okay, all right.
I would like to sue someone, Mo.
I'd like
I
to
would
sue
need
this
your
guy
help.
outside with a blower for ruining
Can't
Mo's
sue him.
segment.
He cranked it up louder.
Oh my God! Knock it off!
You need to
If I do that, would that
he
make
blew all our rugs.
would that make you embarrassed? If I walked out there with my mega blaster and told that man, knock it off!
he can't hear you. He's wearing a giant backpack
What?
blower. Anyway, so Mo, I want to speak to you about an epidemic that's going on right now that no one's talking about.
Oh, I love these.
Can't wait.
I love these. I love
And-
these. And you know what I like more than anything? I like as soon as he says it, I'm going to politicize the whole thing and ruin it.
And I've been watching it happen, and this is happening to my friends and family.
Okay.
This has affected my life
Okay.
more than any other thing that's ever happened as far as like policy wise.
Moses,
or,
I'm calling you Moses. I'm serious. I don't know what he's going to say.
I'm waiting for
I
it.
have no idea. I've never wanted to fly away more.
So it started about 2 years ago when my buddy Alex down south
Is his
told us
name
all.
Alex down south?
Yeah. You know Alex.
You should call him down south Alex.
He moved to Boston, but he told us all in a group chat. He's like, the insurance company made me take my trampoline or give away my trampoline, and then
That
I
was
was
the
like,
beginning.
we're like, what? How'd they know? And they're like, I think they flew a drone over my house and then saw it, and they sent us a letter saying if we don't remove our trampoline, they're gonna drop our
That's
coverage.
why you live near airports. If you live near an airport, they can't fly the drones.
And then,
Good point.
And then I was like, "Don't let them take your trampoline. They can't do that."
This
They're
is
like,
America.
That's what I said.
Exactly.
And then
Just turn the trampoline into a drone.
so
Fly it all around.
And then
They'll
he's
never
like,
know.
"No." And I was like, "Well, that's what you get for living down south in South Florida."
Well, that was a hateful, mean thing to say to your friend.
Jeez.
Well, because South Florida is a haven for insurance fraud. I've told you guys this before. I grew up. I thought insurance was only for fraud. I didn't even know that people actually used it. For,
No, it's legitimate purposes only.
I thought.
What is wrong with you people?
Your sink leaks new kitchen.
Yeah,
That's what I was
exactly.
told.
That's the way it works.
Anyway, so I was like, well, that's what you get for living near Miami. Anyway, so then
That is a Paramore song, by the way.
Then it happened to Turkey Leg down in Miami as well.
Did every one of your friends have a trampoline?
And then, we're a trampoline.
The tramps. Yeah, you called yourself the
I grew
tramps.
up with a trampoline
Little
in the
tramps.
90s. And then it just happened to my sister.
Oh, my God. Not the family.
and
Now
then-
it's personal.
And
Oh,
then,
yeah.
Now it's personal. It's like Rambo.
And
he ties
then-
the
and then
bandana
I'm
back
like-
on. He's going to war.
I'm like, oh, well, it's moving up. It's moving up north. And then I was like, well, they're taking our trampolines. And then and then the Wizards got 2 trampolines. I told him because he's trying to fight the government. He's a crazy old man.
He is trying to build a Confederate statue out of trampolines.
and then I'm like, they're gonna, and then his wife's yelling at him like, you're flying in the face of insurance. Yeah. They're gonna take our insurance away. Anyway, so Mo,
you got to bury it in the ground like your wife's dad has that trampoline that the kids are jumping on. You guys, there are trampolines at every house.
That's in Colorado.
Yeah, every house.
In Colorado, you can trampolines
trampolines
everywhere. So Mo, I feel like no one's talking about how these insurance companies are taking our fun from our backyards.
Yeah, our freedoms.
It started with the diving boards in the 70s.
Freedom to jump.
Have you ever gone to your grandma's house and then you see
the rusty bolts?
Where the bolts are on the diving, and you're like,
my parents have that.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, the bolts are just as bad for your toes as the diving board ever was.
But we all watched it happen. We let it happen.
Yeah,
we let
it happen.
Big insurance, and they're somehow in bed with the government.
Yeah, what was distracting? It's probably Baywatch.
Also, we're all worried about the government taking our guns. They're taking our fun away. That's the biggest problem.
Forget the guns. We need the fun.
we need trampolines.
I've never seen him so passionate.
We don't really need trampolines.
What are you talking about? Also, I fully believe that it's based on nothing because I've seen so much more sink fraud and people like their dishwasher breaks and they're like, oh, new kitchen. They bring in the fans.
He has a vein. He has a vein.
That's a
bright
scam.
red over there.
I've seen it happen.
So let's go to
dozens
Mo.
of scams.
Mo, what say you about? Are they taking the fun? Are the insurance?
Apparently, Tom's very passionate about this. I don't think I can disagree with him.
Are there other? I mean, diving board slides are gone, right?
I think a lot of slides are gone.
Slides are gone. Trampolines, diving boards are gone. Yeah. What else? Yeah. What are other things that?
That's the slippery slope.
Literally.
Can we have slip and slides?
No.
That we let them take our diving boards, and now they're coming after the trampolines. They slides, everything. Soon we'll just be walking into our backyard. It's gonna look like a goddamn Matrix. They'll take our pools away.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
And then we're not even paying attention to it. We're just letting it happen.
But then we're all getting to work like you love.
Is there any way? There is no way. Okay, let's go.
There is a way.
Let's go with what Tom's saying, and let's say that I become a fun dad, and I want to have all the stuff that is fun in my home. I want the slide. I want the diving board. I want the trampoline. I could do that, right? But just insurance won't cover me ever? Is there any insurance company out there?
You have to have insurance when you
Correct.
have a mortgage.
If you have a mortgage.
Right.
So then
I learned that yesterday listening to you on the news show.
Oh yeah, that's right. We talked about that.
Yeah, I learned that. I never knew that. And then
you never knew that. That's you're wearing a bucket hat.
No, I never knew that because I'm not good with finances. I don't even care about finance.
All the insurance companies are leaving Florida anyway, so we're gonna have no options.
Yeah,
pretty
Farmers
soon.
is gone. So what? So what do you like? So you just do it and then you just go like, well. I'm going to have to buy this house outright so I can run it with no insurance.
That's why we have the state-backed insurance because of that reason. But I don't know.
Well,
it's a mess.
Well, I do know what we can do, and I'm doing it right now.
Tell me what you're
Are you going underground?
No, I'm not going underground.
Go silo.
What
in-ground trampolines? That's what I'm saying.
No, the one in Colorado is in the ground.
They see that with drones.
Yeah, they still see it.
Colorado
cover it with AstroTurf. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
So
don't do that.
Not a bad idea.
We're bringing slides and trampolines back, and
Justin Timberlake. Right
and we're making America fun again. Write that down.
Yeah, that one we can skip. It's so played out. Everything is back again.
Put that on a billboard. Anyway, so Mo, I built something in my backyard recently.
Oh God! Is this what you sent me?
Taking
Besides the fence?
My backyard back. No, this is fun.
Okay.
And we could put it on Twitch right now. Mo, you
here.
can look at this. I would just want to run it by my attorney to make sure I have the problem.
So now there's photo evidence of this.
I have built
it
a slide.
It appears to be a nude child sitting on a
death
slide.
trap?
You know what? He is nude.
You sent me the wrong photo.
Jesus Christ, man.
No, I mean his nudity is covered by the slide.
It's fine. It's artistic.
My son,
It's fine.
It's artistic. It's artistic.
Yeah.
It's no different than one of the great masters.
My sons have become obsessed with just being in our pool nude.
Well, I mean that's gonna be a problem when we come over.
Marco.
I'm like, find your board shorts.
It's happening.
And they're like, we don't know where you put them.
Yeah, we're so
They're all
free
moldy
now.
in the corner by the outside showers.
We don't need board shorts, Dad. See you at the woodshed.
So and Mo, this is my movement. I am telling all BDMs and all listeners to start building dangerous all in your backyard for your fun for your kids. Build the slide, put the diving board back in. They can't even see it with the drones.
A lot of questions coming in from our chat room.
About the slide?
Twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. No, about you. Yes, of course, about the slide. They're seeing the photo of the slide. Sorry, Mo. We are a little. We're fighting today.
You can zoom in on the craftsmanship.
Okay, so
what is going on?
It
here?
appears
into
to
the
be.
wood.
It appears to be too. I don't know if I can move this one.
All right, so it's your outside bar.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then you have blocks of wood on top of that, and then a plastic slide on top of the blocks.
So the
Is that
blocks of wood
accurate?
that you can see
we
on the
got this.
left-hand side.
I found this plastic slide on Facebook Marketplace. Like
so it's got to be good.
It's all dry
Wait,
rotted.
so you're driving around and just buying trash from other people.
Is this what you're doing when you're leaving early lately?
Yeah, gotta go buy a slide.
The insurance companies are taking our fun, and they won't let us have fun anymore, and no one's talking about it, so I'm building fun in my backyard.
How do you get on the slide?
You
You
have
jump
to-
over the bar?
No, you
I'll
have
show
to,
you.
you have to
I-
climb the outdoor kitchen, and then you have to.
Over the hot grill. You just climb right on.
God.
Well, no, I put, see that there's a stool there.
Right here on the
Oh,
bottom.
okay.
Yeah.
So
One
you-
giant bar
You can
stool.
see the bar stool, so you have to go. No, first you get on the tiny grandma stool.
Yeah.
Then you get on
bar
the
stool.
slippery
It's
gray
all
bar stool.
it's covered in water.
Yeah,
by
covered
the
in
way.
water. Then you get on top of the concrete-made outdoor kitchen that looks. It's the thickest outdoor kitchen. It's literally the
Concrete
thickest
Mike made
Yeah, that thing
does
is
good work.
indestructible.
Well,
It's a
that's
bomb
quality.
shelter.
Yeah.
It'll be here after humans are extinct.
Then you can see that there appear to be two rough cut 4x4s that I don't know where'd you find those.
Well, I ran out of 2x6s, and then I just started cutting up an old cutting board.
all right. Oh
that
wait,
my wife had.
that was your wife's butcher block.
Yeah, the butcher block.
Don't
no.
ever talk about how you want to be taken seriously ever
no.
again.
Wait,
He started
it works.
hacking up his wife's butcher. Dude, does she know you cut that thing to ribbons?
No, it was the old one that was
The
just
one she
sitting in the
messed up.
garage.
The one she messed up.
As I cut that, and then also I fashioned the water source is coming. It's hanging
Yeah, it's
off
right here.
the
you
umbrella.
Can see it. You can see it at the top
and
right
then
here.
the water's falling through the light bulbs, but it's unplugged, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
But it,
And they're LED.
as I-
LED don't burn. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
told LED don't
not-
use power.
It's not even electricity.
Yeah.
It's like
LED
a 9-volt battery.
Yeah, LED is just like glowing.
I mean, you
It's
should
not
just
even-
quit this and become a water slide engineer.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
what I thought.
Is it LED low current? That's the kind you could test it with your tongue or something.
So all this was for this question, Mo. Now, if someone gets hurt on that slide, what's gonna happen to me? Because
They're gonna sue you.
Okay, they'll sue me now. What does that actually even mean?
My wife just entered the chat room. Andrea Dennis enters the chat room and says, "What is this?"
Oh, Maisie will be on that side. It's up
Maisie
there.
will rip it. Dude, she'll love it. She'll love it.
And then
Yeah.
she'll scream, "This is fun!"
Yeah,
and
she
then-
loves it.
Huh?
Yeah, she's ride or die with you, man. She has already abandoned me as a fun dad. She
People are-
knows I'm not fun, and she's like, "We're going to Mr. Tom."
Yeah.
People are questioning the craftsmanship. They want to know how the slide is actually attached to the wood.
I'm glad you asked.
Oh,
It is. It's a weighted.
Super
it's,
glue?
You use
No,
the
no,
weight
I
of the
put
small child to smush it onto. No, it is not nailed into that concrete.
No.
You couldn't get it into
Well,
that concrete.
No, not the concrete, but it's so heavy with all those
Max
boards.
weighs 40 pounds. Dude.
Yeah, but it's the you don't know physics. The slide.
I do. I was pretty good at physics.
The slide is rigid enough. Now, if
Rigid.
if it slides into the pool, we're gonna have a
Oh, yeah,
problem.
that's
Like
gonna
you'll
be
probably
bad.
fall backwards.
Instant drowning.
And
Crack his head open.
No, well, yeah. It's more of the falling from that height onto the concrete.
Yeah.
But I'm standing there. If it starts getting closer and closer to the edge, I'm gonna kick it back.
Well,
Lifeguard Tom will step in.
Well, what about
I'm
the
looking
other?
every 10 slides.
Here's an easy question. What about the other thing you were doing that my daughter is obsessed with? He has this vehicle that he purchased for his boat. It's called a hot dog, It looks like a hot dog with mustard and ketchup all over.
It's an inflatable.
It's a
towable
professional
tube.
grade towable tube wrap.
Right.
Well, he has it in his pool, which it's not meant to be, and he has my daughter on it, and then he's pushing her to the sky, and then she does like front flips off the front of it. If she lands on the concrete and hurts herself, I can sue him, right, and own his house.
Tom, could you do me a favor? When you get home tonight, just call your insurance company and increase your limits for me, because we're gonna have a lot of lawsuits.
Were you not doing crazy flips? All the kids were lining up for the dad flips.
Oh yeah, because he's fun, Dad. Tom.
Yeah, fun, and launching them. I mean, so
But
close.
you're not gonna sue me.
I don't know that. I mean, I'm not going to, but my wife may.
No, she's not. We're all
I don't
friends.
know. No, she'd sue me.
Like your kid gets hurt. It's old school.
Yeah,
you
just
they,
put a little dirt
That's
on
what
it.
you want to think.
And then also everybody knows. Like,
Did you ever have that happen?
If
I had
Maisie-
it happen at a pool party one time, and it was so scary.
If Maisie breaks her arm, we'll take her crying, and then we'll lay her in the parking lot of Walmart. and then we'll start screaming.
She's home there. She's at home there.
We'll just start being like, she slipped and fell here. Why'd she wear her bathing suit?
I think Maisie might get her own
She was
attorney.
trying
to
it
sue
on
you.
when we found her.
Tracy Morgan, everybody does. Anyway, Mo, can
Tom.
I install a diving board? Because I
think it is a good question because no slides, no diving boards. Like, is that just done? Is that just honestly done, and we can't have those things anymore? Because I mean,
you can have them. Right?
Can you pay extra to get it insured somehow? Or
There probably is somebody who would insure it. It's just going to cost you a lot more.
Gotcha.
And I truly believe it's based on like nothing, and the fact that
I would tend to believe it's based on injuries.
Well, if their biggest payouts, I'm telling you.
You mean like catastrophic, like people that were paralyzed because of diving boards and the epidemic that goes along with it? You're saying that's not a thing. There were just enough tiny injuries for them to say, get it out of here.
Or even the trampolines. Like I grew up with a trampoline. All my friends had trampolines. They had them, and yes, people would get hurt.
Yeah, I got hurt on one.
But there was never, and any of my friends or family, no one ever sued the person's homeowner's insurance.
Right.
It never got that bad. But I've known dozen cases where people have water damage and sued for a new kitchen or rebuilding. It seems
Well,
like
you can't tell people they can't have kitchens, though.
but it seems like the water damage. Go after the water, not the trampolines.
I know what you're saying.
You're taking away our trampolines
It's
against
almost
the water.
like, how do they decide what is acceptable, what is something that you need, what is a necessary family risk? I don't know.
They just got a bunch of drones and they started flying around and taking away trampolines because it was
easy to do. It's kind of fun, I bet, to steal someone's trampoline. You know what?
They should just get hooks and then pick it up with a drone and take it out of
I
there.
gotta tell you, ruining people.
It's based on nothing.
If you're a human,
Where's the stats?
if you're a human, though, I think there's something in us, and I don't understand it, and it's not a good thing, but I think that it is fun to ruin people's joy. And even if I didn't want to,
They're
I
doing
think
that.
it would be very fun to fly a drone over somebody's house and then go, oh, they got a trampoline, and then knock on their door and go like, yo, we're the insurance company. You got to get that the hell out. That's pretty fun.
We're here to repo your trampoline.
Yeah, that's kind of fun.
I think that's what they're doing because I don't feel like the trampolines are the problem for the insurance. They're just pointing it at me.
Yeah.
Well, realistically, though, one paralyzed kid, who gets paralyzed on a diving board, a kid is probably $40 million or something to an insurance company, where a kitchen's like 30 grand. Or something.
I forgot how expensive the
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
40 million.
It is weird
it
though
does
that's and like in a weird way when you think back to those things, it is like kind of. I remember my dad getting so upset. I remember how sad he was, like when we had to get rid of our diving board. I remember him, as I said, as a 47-year-old man, I remember my father arguably screaming and saying, "Wow, I don't like," and not wanting it, but you had to get rid of them.
What if you just said no?
That's what I have always wondered. That like, what if you just said
Then
like,
they
no, I've
cancel your
always had this.
policy.
I
And
should
you got
be.
to find a new policy.
I gotta be grandfathered in. I had this diving board before you guys decided to take away fun.
And then I guess someone will insure you if you are dead set in keeping your trampoline, but you'll just have to pay probably an
pay more.
astronomical
But I don't understand a
amount.
lot of things, Mo. Like he brings up I see what you're saying. I know a lot of people scream at their radios and go like, it's good luck. I don't understand. I get it because I can get in a car right now that drives itself. It's not ready. And I can get in that car and I can have that thing drive me around the streets of Orlando all over the place, but I can't have a diving board? It seems like that car is way more scary and reckless and shouldn't be insured, but I'm fully insured. I got everything.
For now.
Well,
I think that's coming, man.
I think it might be too.
I think that's coming, and not to tie my car into diving boards, but it feels like that because that thing, it's. How is that allowed, but I can't have it just a diving board to jump into my pool?
Well, I mean...
Attractive nuisance for kids?
But I mean, like, I remember my dad screaming about having to have a privacy fence. I remember that one. Like, no, you got to have that thing. You got to have a privacy fence on it. My dad's like, what do you mean? You should be policing your child. I shouldn't be having to police my pool. My pool stays in the same area.
Dude, your car's got $1 billion of technology into it, and it's not your drunk Uncle Randy at the barbecue.
Drunk Uncle Elon.
Trying to do a backflip, and then landing on his head on the corner of the boat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's much more dangerous. Anyway, so
we have a couple of. Or we had one. Then we have one. A couple of questions.
We have one legitimate one.
Okay.
Then we have
Sorry.
EJ.
Yeah,
Then back to the war on fun.
yeah. We got to go straight for a second.
What is the best way to pass a home on to your children to avoid massive taxes when the child sells it? I've heard adding the child's name to the deed while the parent is still living is not the best way.
Sell it to them for $1.
I mean, you do
Right?
it.
The old $1.
$1.
why not make it 50 cents? If you're going,
I wondered that too. A penny.
Yeah.
Make it a penny.
Yeah.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
Easier to carry.
What's the
We're
difference?
making $1.63.
Okay, I like that.
What's the difference between a penny and $1 at this point? Like, it's just scam's a scam. Anyway, I'm sorry.
I mean, there's a few different ways to do it. You can do a ladybird deed, which I think is what they're talking about by adding the deed. You can also put it into a trust. You have to be careful about homestead if you do it into trust. So you kind of want to look at the overall financial picture and determine what the best way to do it is based on all of your assets, not just the one asset.
Mo, and I also heard because everybody was like, "Oh, trusts are the best way."
I don't trust nobody.
They're the most airtight legally. Get a trust or whatever.
Anytime somebody says airtight, you know what I think of.
But then I've also heard the argument of like, well, do you foresee anybody fighting over your assets? If you don't, a will is fine. A trust is if someone foresees a giant legal battle of the family fighting over all your assets.
Did you guys go into the Aretha Franklin couch will?
Yeah.
Did you guys talk about that?
It might be overkill.
That one just made me laugh because I thought it was like really cool that because I always pictured her as like a cool black grandma, and I was like, of course that's where a cool black grandma would put her will, in the couch.
So you put all your important financial documents.
It sounds like a grandma thing, doesn't it? It sounds like something your grandma would do. Roll up the will and put it in the couch.
Benji, if I die, just check the couch.
Just check the cushions.
The other story we were going to talk about was Sarah Silverman suing, what is it,
ChatGPT.
It's one of those.
Or the one that owns it, OpenAI.
Yes, OpenAI.
OpenAI owns ChatGPT, and I was kind of explaining that I thought personally it was more of like almost like just like a ceremonial, like somebody's got to do this and start this process.
Well, it's her and a bunch of other authors.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like a group. Yeah.
Okay. What is she suing for?
Because I guess
copyright infringement.
Yeah, because I guess the argument that she's trying to make is that the way the AI works is it scrapes the internet of all stories,
and it gets the essence. I mean, I think you could argue that it gets the essence of Sarah Silverman,
and
or the essence of Dave Chappelle, or everyone,
and then it uses all that curated information to make new content, but it's kind of using that, and she's saying, well, that's copyright infringement. Although, isn't that how our brains work?
Yeah, could you argue that's all comedy? You're inspiration from another comedian, and you kind of take that and transform it. I mean, as long as it's transformed to a certain degree, I think it's going to be a hard argument. Now, the voice AI where they're copying somebody's voice and making songs, I mean, that's a little bit more clear cut, I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
So it says the authors allege the two tech companies have ingested text from their books into generative AI software known as large language models and failed to give them credit or compensation. And they're saying that they're scraping the internet from illicit websites too. So they're obtaining like her books.
Oh, it's everything.
Yeah.
Because
that they didn't pay
without even paying.
100%. I did a really bad job of explaining that but it's like I can go out right now and I'm fairly tech savvy and maybe like top tier here, but I can go on the internet and I can find any book I want. and not really illegally. I'm not going dark web. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just searching if any
People
book I want.
upload it.
You can find it
everywhere.
anywhere casually. You can find it on Reddit sometimes. You can find them on YouTube sometimes.
Bibliothèque, they're saying it's a shadow library.
It's everywhere, man. So
it's hard to control.
Yeah, it really is.
But wouldn't that be more against the people who are putting the book up there, quote unquote, illegally, rather than
True, and then it starts to spider web out from there, right?
I mean, I guess if ChatGPT is then reproducing it, word for word or substantially similar, then they might have a claim against them. But the fact that it's on the internet for free is really the first problem.
Yeah, and that's pretty much anything these days. I mean, there's so much of everything out there.
And as long as you change something, I mean, and I know like with art, it's like 30%, or like even you can mock a Disney character. You can have a Mickey Mouse as long as it's changed some percentage, right? Which is hard to like. How do you even determine that? Like this Mickey Mouse is 30% different.
It's like having a police officer. At some point, I think
Subjective.
it's going to be different for each one, right?
Discretion.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's going to be case by case.
So even if ChatGPT, consumes all these books that are copywritten by these famous people, whatever, and then changes it a percentage, I mean, that's already a law, right?
Right. I mean, they're transforming. It's just like if you read the book and then you kind of wrote something inspired by it, but it's completely different, or it gave you an idea. I mean, theoretically, at least, I don't know how much it's actually copying.
But you bring up an excellent point with, isn't that how our brains operate?
Yeah.
For instance, Fringe Festival, we interviewed the gentleman who did the show. It was the White Lotus Winter Park. I mean, I guess you could argue that White Lotus could say, like, hey, we don't want you doing
using
that.
our name.
You're
I think that would get away with satire, though, right?
You could, but if they're taking, I guess it depends on if they say, no, we own that name. We don't want you associated with that name. That is our intellectual property, and you're using the exact title.
Yeah. But with anything, any new business that pops up, becomes popular, is just going to get sued. Because that's what happens, you know what I'm saying? And then that's part of the business and
the process of shaking out what.
That's why you guys get sued all the time. You're so popular.
God. Enough of the lawsuits. So many lawsuits.
It's remember with Lars and LimeWire and all that.
Old Lars LimeWire. I got sued in that.
Did you?
Yeah, in the original Napster Lars Ulrich thing.
I
still have the letter.
Yeah, it's like her grandson downloaded.
Oh, dude, I don't have the letter anymore. That was in the estate sale. I should have flagged that. Somebody bought my Lars letter from Napster.
They punted that in the trash.
Yeah, they probably did.
All the documents.
They're just like, get these out of here.
So, Mo, how have you been? How's Bus
I think
doing?
he's trying to get the hell out of here.
I know.
Mo's keep looking for a bus to get the hook and pull it out of there.
Yeah. I see Bus dancing. He's like pointing at us.
Let's go.
Yeah. I've noticed Bus Decker is wearing fancier clothes.
Yeah, this guy. He's walking around here. He's wearing Bruno Mali.
Yeah.
Mr. Fancy
He's
Pants
wearing
over
a
here.
zoot suit. It's like a purple zoot suit.
Everything going well? You still got that one wheel in your garage?
I do.
All right. We need to talk about that.
We gotta do a bet. We have to do a bet. How about a challenge? Have an illegal challenge.
A legal challenge? What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm just trying to get you a one wheel.
Yeah. We'll talk about maybe.
Why don't you trade advertising for it? Just roll it into the deal.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, I'm serious. I'm enough of this guy not buying what I've been telling him for years to treat yourself, buy a new one wheel. His one wheel is so old, it's made of wood.
I'll trade you
The wood wheel.
5 good ideas. For that one wheel.
Well, after seeing that slide, I don't think he wants that deal.
5 good ideas.
Yeah, but you can determine.
Let me hear the
whether-
ideas first.
Oh, that is not fair for me. I'll write them down and then I'll mail
Slide
them.
them over.
No, I'll mail
He'll
them.
be on ChatGPT. I need 5 good ideas for Mo. Please.
All right.
And don't mention Sarah Silverman or he'll know. He'll be on to me.
Mo, thanks so much for
Well,
stopping
thank
by.
you guys.
We love
I,
seeing you, dude. And I feel bad when I hear about the news junkie. They do like real hard hitting. Well, it wasn't that hard hitting. Yeah, they were partying pretty good. But we definitely are the silliest weirdos.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. And
Intern
it's
on the
not my
go.
hat.
That is partly
Not the
your
hat at
hat,
all.
though. It set the mood for ridiculous. Injured on the go. Just call Mo.com.
Yes, sir.
And we will be right back.
I like the ending on a Mo.
Yeah, I kind of like that too. I might have to start doing that. Well, thank you, man. Very good seeing you as always.
You as well.
Where's
Thank
this
you
go
guys.
to?
Friday one.
believe it's Thursday.
Thursday.
I like a good Thursday.
Good? Can't even defend myself.
You can. We're a
Rip the microphone
yeah,
away.
we're a casual show. Run in here and say, "You shut up."
You sons of bitches.
You should. You're allowed.
How dare you.
You guys are like family. You're allowed to come in here and yell at us. You been good, boss?
I have been.
Awesome, man.
Can't complain.
Look at your cherry socks there.
Thank you.
I need to up my sock game. Oh, I didn't even tell you what I want to do. Call Moe
That'd
sandals
be badass. We do
Right?
have some most
to go with my Wu-Tangs. I need to call
Those are badass.
Moe. Yeah, they have the little
Get to
W
work on
on
that,
there.
boss.
Yeah, these are.
Can you make custom Crocs?
You can.
You make custom sandals. I know
Yeah, but
that.
we can just make
but-
the giblets or whatever the hell.
Gibbets?
Right?
Yeah.
Giblets.
We got the guy. We got the, if you guys ever need it.
A warehouse full of sizes. Every size.
You know what I wanted to do for a long time ago, and we never did it, but I always thought it would be funny, is if we sold Tom and Dan sandals, but then we did them like prison sandals.
And
where
you gotta
cut
cut
'em
them
to
out.
fit.
Yeah.
You cut them to fit. I thought Tom and Dan cut to fit sandals would be fucking awesome.
It's just they're so uncomfortable and shit.
It's not about being comfortable, it's about having cut to fit sandals
Yeah.
and shipping them to people.
They're probably pretty cheap. I mean, they're just foam.
just
rubber.
find the supplier that the prison uses, and
Yeah.
should be good.
I mean,
Have you guys ever done Tom and Dan sandals or no?
No. Because of that reason, I was like, well, who would wear that? Because it's so uncomfortable.
I mean, we got some sandals in the Moe shop, but they're I think they're kind of expensive.
Yeah, they have to be expensive if they're
To be
worth the
decent.
shit, yeah. Or they're just like flat.
Yeah, they're like 25
Quarter
bucks
inch,
at
yeah.
cost. Because everything's at cost, but just kind of the shitty ones. But.
Soul Seek. Yeah, Norm, I did.
I talked to Shane over at Hourglass.
Oh yeah.
We are going to do a beer,
Yeah,
but probably not till November.
Okay.
Yeah, he said that like this month was really busy, and then like the next few months were like we got some stuff and they got some stuff. So he said November, late October, early November would be best.
Okay. Well, that could be a perfect tie-in.
The beer fest is
So the
that
beer
around
fest
too.
is going to be November 19th,
19th, I think it is. Yeah.
18th or 19th, and maybe we could do where we're sampling the beer.
I don't think I can wear it like this because I can't really
I'll
hear.
talk to him about that. I got. He explained kind of how it works because like
Put it
we can't
over the
sell it,
headphones.
but
That's a
we
good
give
idea.
it away, but we have to buy a certain amount and something like that.
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
fine.
And then I was gonna tell you, we could definitely do, be
There you
involved
go.
in some release party. Or
Yeah.
It's sitting high.
High brim.
Yeah. And so if that is, you could mention that.
Tom, what do you think of that?
That's even worse.
On the hat.
Even worse.
I think it's better. Like I think Sam likes it like this because it's more like gentleman cowboy.
But I think that's just the it's like so you're not stuck with a bunch of beer and selling, it's like
Yeah.
So, but if we did a release party meetup and stuff like, just from sales that day would be good.
I think so too.
And then we can tie it into the beer fest too. And
I'll talk to him about that.
And that should be enough where it's like, it fulfills its purpose and
Okay.
stuff of doing it.
All right, sounds good to us.
So yeah, just let us let
I
us
will.
know what you need, and we're more than happy to help.
We are gonna we're doing the comedy jam again this year
Yeah.
too.
Oh, nice.
And
yeah.
tickets will probably go on sale next week. It's
Okay.
in September, but I'll send you guys the link and stuff, and I'll post it in the BDM group.
Okay, perfect. You know who's because we can start having comedians and to
Yeah.
promote it.
Sabrina and Ross are two.
Okay,
We're gonna do them again, and
All
then
right.
do you guys know this Mr. 407 Kevin? Do you guys
Yes.
know him?
Familiar,
He's
yeah.
gonna do it. He's like a TikToker, and he has very followers, but he does
Damn
like
TikTokers.
but he
Yeah,
does
he's
follow
nice.
all-
He seems like a nice
he's
guy.
an actual comedian too. He's not just a
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
on TikTok that does stuff, and so
He's really funny. I
Yeah,
follow him on
yeah.
TikTok.
he does stuff about like
Yeah, I've never seen his comedy, but I like his TikToks.
Yeah, and then two other people that are I think sort of newer to comedy, and then Ross McCoy is going to be the MC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we try to get Jolly again, or is he not?
No,
down?
I did. I haven't reached. I thought he lived. I thought he didn't live here.
He
no
is
more.
leaving, I
He comes
think, the
back and
first week
forth
of
a lot.
August.
Is it end of August or beginning
I
of
can't
August?
remember.
He
I
just
think
said
that's
it. He
good.
said
I
it in
reached
that
out to him
thread
to ask him.
where he
might
talked
be
about the
around.
dino turtle I gave him. He put it in that thread. He said when he's moving.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt.
I'm sure he would.
He's down for anything.
Yeah, he was gonna come back for one of our events.
Yeah. For a bowling thing we were setting up, and he was like, "I'll be there," and I'm like, "Okay." He's one of my favorites.
Were you guys doing bowling at?
No, it was gonna
We
be
canceled
golf.
it. Or it was golf. Sorry, I've got bowling on the brain because I want to do a bowling event.
You should. The guy.
I want to do Tom and Dan's masquerade bowl, and we
Who's
all
Kurt?
dress up.
He
and
owns
bowl.
the bowling alley out in Oviedo. Kurt.
Well,
Van
hook us
Zyl.
up.
He owns the
Come
farm.
on.
I think he's in the BDM group.
Really?
Kurt, the bowling
How has he
owner.
never reached
Kurt
out to
Van
us about
Zyl.
doing an
I
event?
love bowling.
I'm pretty sure he is.
Kirk Van Zant.
Van Zyl.
Oh.
is his name.
Kurt fans. He's one of the. He was on
And
the
he
plane.
owned the pinball lounge, but they bought the whole bowling alley.
What?
Wow.
Bowling alley.
All right. Well, I'll reach out to him.
He's super nice, and I'm sure he would do something if you guys chatted with him.
What is this?
Is he? I thought he was, because he'll like stuff all the time. I think in the BDM group. Anyway, I get a photo of you three with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Hat or no hat?
Hat.
It's a Moe Jangles hat.
You guys want to go on the wall?
Death bus.
It's embarrassing. Everything in here is embarrassing.
I was thinking about cleaning up the studio.
Looking at trash. We got an old M-cell over here. Should I hold the guitar?
I'm just trying to not have the light bulb.
Oh, hold on. I'll move him out of the way. All right.
Put your address on there. All right. Excellent. I'll post that. Thank you. Oh, there's trash in there.
Crop it.
Nobody will notice.
Hey, Photoshop.
Crop it.
Just put a little.
I gotta clean this up.
Change our lives.
Thank you guys.
I felt like this is the shakiest one we've ever done. Good to see you. Pleasure. Forrest, good to see you, dude. Oh, no. Bam!
See ya.
See you, man.
Bye.
Thank y'all.
All right. Throw my trash out. See ya. I'll see ya, bud.
Oh, do you guys want to see Moe's OnlyFans? What? Somebody in the chat wants to know if Moe has a OnlyFans.
Good looking guy. All right. I'm trying to.
Let me see if I
get
can
into
find this
developer
guy.
mode to test this app because I have it.
Bum, 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 bum.
Developer mode.
All right, we'll do finish Friday and then do some Monday.
The only Kirk I see in the BDM group is old Kirk Murray.
Okay. Let me.
Need 12 minutes. You want to do emails? Or do you have something you want to chat about?
Oh yeah, I'll tell you about yesterday real quick.
Oh no.
Do you want to do that for Friday or Monday? Because you
Oh,
only
yeah,
have
yeah,
12
yeah,
minutes
yeah.
for Friday.
Yeah, let's do an email.
Yeah, we can do email. We can go back and forth. I got some voicemails I did this morning too.
Okay.
All right. I can bring us back. 12, you said?
Yes.
Here we go. In 3, 2. Welcome back to A Corporate Time. How about a little email, voicemail bonanza?
All right.
Let's do it.
What do we got, Sam?
Racquetball and pickleball. Did your dad play racquetball at the YMCA when they had a 4-wall court? I took a class there in middle school or something and started playing it, then got my dad into it. Then I stopped and he recruited some old guys and taught them how to play, and he still plays at 79 at the 3-wall court behind the old Stetson courts in DeLand.
I know exactly where that is.
I
used
wonder
to-
if your
yeah.
dad ever played with my dad.
My dad didn't play he was more of a golfer guy, but yeah, he did a bit of racquetball, but he has a bad knee, kind of like I do, so no, he didn't do it for
Right.
that long.
So my dad also got into pickleball a few years ago and now plays 5 to 6 days a week at 8:30 a.m. with other older guys in Victoria Park, 55 and up. I've played several times also, and I think it's really fun. I played tennis when I was younger, nothing competitive, but this is way easier. If you've played racquetball, ping pong, or tennis, you will pick it up fast. My goal is to get really good since I'm getting old now, and I want to be really good so when my friends finally start playing, I can destroy them. And yes, it is a real sport, but it is one of those sports you could play and have a couple of beers at the same time. We're planning a couple of construction projects at our house, and a pickleball court and lights is under discussion.
Whoa.
It would also be nice to have a basketball and volleyball court so it is not a big waste of concrete. Pickleball. I'm telling you. Stupid ass name, but really fun.
I hate the name.
There's a Richie
Yeah.
building a
My God,
basketball
man.
Is that my
court.
buddy in DeLand? Is that my buddy?
I'm
in-
assuming
is
so.
It Andrew?
Andrew, yeah.
Andrew, yeah.
We might as well
We
build
talked
a
to him.
basketball court and a tennis court
God
if we're at
damn.
it.
Well, no. I think
what the hell?
I was getting the vibe that he wants to make the pickleball court a basketball court,
like
make
a
it an
3-in-1?
all-purpose. Yeah, make it
yeah.
an all-purpose court. I don't think he's doing multiple
Yeah.
like court. That would be a waste. Put lights on all of them.
When I was growing up, no man in my life exercised or
Okay, I like that. I like that.
No,
Yeah.
I'm lying because my dad used to play like basketball and football with the kids in the neighborhood.
Oh, okay, yeah.
My
But he
dad.
was drunk.
Yeah.
So it's very talk about a war on fun.
You'll be there one day.
Because my dad. Was
You'll
a
keep
diesel
your fun
mechanic.
your fun dad roots, and you'll be out there winging a football drunk.
Oh, he'd
when
smack a
you're
basketball in a kid's face so
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
denied.
He would throw a football around or whatever, but I'm saying like as far as go somewhere and exercise
Yeah.
or do an
Yeah,
activity,
no.
that was nothing.
Yeah, my dad would do
All-time QB was as
my
far as he went.
dad wasn't a big, wasn't like certainly wasn't a fitness guy, but he rode road bikes with his buddies. He had a 12-speed Peugeot road bike, and he would take off with like 2 or 3 of his buddies, and they would go from like DeLand to like Eustis and back in one day on their bikes. He played softball, and then his big one was golf. He did a lot of golf.
Yeah.
But like young man golf, not like white hair out on the course. He had stopped playing by the time he was older. He was playing as a young man.
Yeah. You're going out and playing golf with your buddies.
Business stuff too. Like I remember him going when mom and dad went to Hawaii. He had like business meetings on this like famous Hawaiian course, and there's a picture of him with like a lei on, and this is a time when men would wear this, and I would love to see you wear this, and I'm not joking because this is Florida man. My dad had on tiny white shorts, a white polo that was tight that showed his physique. Nothing was buttoned. A gold chain, gold bracelet, Rolex.
Yeah.
It was white
That's Florida
shorts,
businessman.
white polo, wide open, gold chain, gold bracelet. Ross wears one. It's cool.
Like a mobster.
Rolex. No, not really like Goomba. Like, hey, not more like Florida trashman in Hawaii on a golf
Got
course.
some money.
yeah, Florida man found $1,000.
yeah.
It was such a crazy look.
What's that pickleball arena, whatever, being built?
Gronk is,
Gronk.
yeah, it's called Smashville.
Something like that. And it's going to be a Kissimmee, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's in Kissimmee. It's indoor, right? And it's just a big open. Where there are probably a bunch of pickleball courts, right? That people go and play.
I think it's indoor.
I think it's indoor, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Indoor.
yeah.
But it's just you pay a small fee and you play an indoor
think so.
court, right?
Yeah.
And they're probably well groomed and nice
and
nets.
what does every new place have to have? And we've learned this because of Elevate. You got to have a food. You got to have a chicken quesadilla.
It's
You got to
called
have a hamburger.
Crush Yard.
Crush Yard. What did I say? Smashville.
Something like that.
When are they building
Crush
it?
Yard Pickleball Club and Restaurant.
See, I told you they're gonna have a big burger with a knife in it. You can't.
Yes.
You
And
cannot.
you sell some booze
Yeah.
and you play pickleball. Like it's a good idea because
A lot of fights in what is it called? What is it? What is it called? Pickle Land?
Crush Yard.
Crush Yard. Sorry, Crush Yard.
This would be a good
Pickle
question for Mo because I can
Oh.
imagine that a lot of people blow their ACLs out and they're you know what I'm
sign
saying.
the Crush Yard. You got to sign your life away at Crush Yard.
But would that even matter? Especially like if people are drinking and you spill some beer on the court and then some
No drinks on the court.
no that says no drinks.
So
on the
many
court,
rules.
But the
It'll probably
inevitably
open soon because they're really just renovating an old grocery store that used to be there. So the building's already there.
Yeah.
So
And,
it'll probably be up by the end of the year.
I wonder how
Go-to show?
well
Crush
that will
Yard.
do.
Yeah, I'll go there.
It's popular. I've never played it before.
I've never played either.
I'm not.
Sounds kind of fun.
I'm not really interested in the. I like ping pong, but the pickleball, like, I'm not interested in sprinting small distances.
I mean, I would like to play it, but unfortunately, I have my health is declining to a point where I don't anticipate ever being able to walk again. So
You're fine.
I have adult onset little person disease, Sam.
Oh.
This is the first of its kind. It's coming to get me, but it's coming to get me
No,
at
come on.
47.
You're fine.
We'll get you the scooter. It's
No, I
fine.
waddle
need the
now, dude.
tea.
I waddle now.
You need the.
I
tea.
can't walk. When I go down the stairs, I look like Olivia Grace.
you're
When I walk, I look like the Curious Case of Daniel Denace. That's what I look like.
No, you're deteriorating
Yeah,
too
yeah,
quick.
it's fast.
I mean,
Gonna
come
be
on.
gone soon.
No, you're
Peter Pan flying away. Here I go.
Get back on your Peloton.
I can't.
Start
Can't even get
pedaling.
on it.
Start.
Can't
pedaling.
even get. I'm
Yeah,
too
you
small
can.
to get on it. I'm shrinking.
Start doing the Pilates classes down the street.
Yeah.
I want to. The Body Lab.
Yeah.
I emailed that lady. And I think she took a look and was like, oh, no.
Can't help you.
Yeah, sorry.
Next
All
Another
right.
email? Okay, the subject to this is homeless people are like birds. Good afternoon,
I'm
gentlemen
sure
and
this
lady.
is gonna be kind.
So many years ago, I went camping with a group of friends at Jetty Park. From here, I'm going to preface that I had absolutely no involvement in what happened next. So one of my friends always felt like he was an untouchable person. Well, this person ends up leaving some bread out on a picnic table overnight. Overnight, of course, when you leave food out while camping, raccoons are going to come and get the food. So this person, I'm just going to call him Jay, ends up seeing the bread that he had left out the night before and realized that raccoons got to it. Jay was kind of upset, however, because he was the mindset that he can do no wrong, he decides that he's going to take the rest of this bottle of Everclear that we've got and he's going to soak this bread in Everclear. He does it, and then he decides he's going to throw the bread out for the raccoons to get and get them drunk.
I like this idea. What's wrong with this? This is a great idea.
What for? What though?
Retaliation.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
It's your fault, Jay. However,
just
he
abusing
forgets.
the wildlife.
However, he forgets that we are camping next to a port along the beach. Oh, a port along the beach, and the first thing to come out of the woodwork was a bunch of seagulls. So as he's sitting there tossing this bread out, the seagulls are coming down, swooping down to the ground, and eating the bread. I get up out of my tent because I hear this racket of seagulls coming and swooping down, and all that noise that they're making.
What the hell, Jay?
Once I get out of my tent, I see the seagulls eating this Everclear-soaked bread. They would eat the bread, choke it down, and then be sickened by the Everclear, throw the bread up, then proceed to eat the bread again.
Oh, I'd watch that.
I didn't know what the hell was going on, so I just got out of my tent. I see eagles eating bread, then throwing it back up, and I just start laughing because I just thought it was funny. I didn't know what was happening. The eagles would eat, peck at it, choke it down, and then literally make a sound to throw up and then go at it again. This person, Jay, never got in trouble at the park, and I will not reveal his name at all, but I can say that he still lives in the area of Orlando, and he's a senior technician at an auto dealership.
Why would you say that?
He's doxing him in other ways.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I
You
will-
want him to
here-
know that
he
you know
goes-
that he tried to kill the seagulls?
He says, I will leave it at that. I wanted to leave a voice message because it would have sounded better, but I decided against it and hoped for some anonymity.
This is a
I was about
weird...
to read their name, and I was like,
This
nah.
is a weird message.
Why
This is a
did you-
message to you, Jay. We know that you were feeding the seagulls Everclear. We know it. But we don't want you to get fired or anything, but we want you to know we know.
Are you gonna get fired for that? Yeah, it is like some form of animal abuse, but I
Yeah,
don't think
I mean,
anybody cares.
you-
But also,
The internet cares.
The internet
Yeah.
would care, but you
Yeah.
definitely shouldn't do it. But they are seagulls. There's a lot of opinions here, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, why would you do it? First off,
Right. You
It's
shouldn't
if
do it.
If it gives you pleasure to watch like some animals struggling, and
Right.
it's
To
a weird,
eat.
I mean, but
a
I
weird
can't-
thing for you to enjoy.
I
But
can't
also, who
say-
cares?
I can't say that I don't know what it feels like to have an animal that's like a pest, and then you want to off it or kill it, right? I think I remember my dad fighting with the squirrels. I remember my dad fighting with raccoons and birds and all
Well, you're
kinds
not
of stuff.
killing it; you're just causing it discomfort. I guess.
Discomfort,
I mean,
yeah.
Also the raccoons will naturally.
No, my dad
get-
would poison the animals, is what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
well, they
and,
were-
like-
well, they-
and that was a thing back in the day.
Yeah, with like pest animals,
Sure.
you feed them poison,
Yeah.
and then they die under your house.
And then you got to get them out quick.
But the raccoons will naturally get drunk off of like fermented berries and things like that in the wild.
And they know they do,
and
because
then
they go back to it.
Well, they'll wander around like stumbling drunk, and they'll put them on the internet.
Yeah,
And
it makes for
bears will do
great
it too.
videos.
Yeah, the drunk raccoons.
Wonderful video.
Any scavenger animal, I think,
Yeah.
gets naturally drunk off fermented berries.
I
and
think
I
stuff.
mean,
there's-
people could too, yeah.
They could. There are videos of squirrels doing it, and then they act
Yeah.
silly, and people, look at him, he's crocked.
Yeah. It's not that. I mean, we drink it. You know, if it's good enough for us,
Well, we
seagull.
choose to.
Yeah, just don't do
Yeah,
it. You didn't need to do
Don't
that,
trick
Jay.
them into getting drunk.
Yeah, that was a weird exchange. You want to do a voicemail or another email?
But also,
We got a couple minutes left,
Yeah,
so
let's do
whichever you want to
email.
do.
Let's
Okay.
email.
This says 80s surf culture. Thanks for the memory blast. A big part of my life from around 5th to 8th grade was skateboarding and surf culture. I love the TNC cartoon characters and trying to find a t-shirt that nobody else at school had. Going to the West Volusia Mall was such a big deal. I hit up Good Vibrations, Hot Topic to look at the posters and gag gifts, and a few other stores, the food court, then blow some quarters at the arcade. I always wanted one of those Billabong jackets, but there was no way my mom was wasting that kind of cash on a corduroy jacket. Take it easy and thanks for the fun shows. P.S. You said you got free cable stations for a few weeks once as a kid. In high school one night, I realized Playboy was unscrambled, and I stayed up until like 3 a.m. taping it. But I had to be ready to turn the channel at any second if my parents walked into the living room. Totally worth losing a bunch of sleep for that sweet porn tape.
That was the thing. If you and your friends knew that there was a Playboy weekend, Playboy preview
like a
weekend,
preview weekend
coming up, you would go and ride your bike to Winn-Dixie, and you would buy the best VHS, brand new VHS Kodak, I think. VHS you could buy. You'd buy the good one. If it was metal, if it was like, oh, how much is it? It's $8. Oh, spend the $8, and you bring the tape back, and you'd get it ready. And then as soon as that preview weekend, my parents would go out to Down the Hatch Fish Restaurant in Ponce Inlet, and I would wait until I saw their Maxima go down the cul-de-sac, and I would put that tape in and go tape crazy. Tape it all. In fact, I taped so much I'd leave the last open for stuff. Oh, that one's better. Let's tape over this one. Tape over this. You tape it all. And then you swap them with your buddies, right?
Well, I didn't.
What'd you tape?
Because you're a little bit older than I am.
I'm 7 years older than you.
So yeah. So like my sweet spot was the descrambler, the box descrambler that my stepdad got from his construction.
You get it from
buddies.
Your biker buddies at the flea market.
His bike. Yeah, he was a
my
biker
dad
too.
knew all these bikers, and the biker before Fire Sticks, you would get a descrambler from your bikers.
Yes, and then so my biker stepdad got a descrambler for the whole family, like one for my mom, one for me.
HBO, you got an individual scrambler.
Yeah, everybody had. Like I had a friend, David Cunningham, had scramblers, and everybody had a scrambler. Well, I wasn't allowed to have them. My mom didn't believe in them.
So the funny part is, like, they knew it descrambled all the channels, even the porno.
Yeah.
They were hoping you didn't find it.
Well, which is kind of ridiculous because there's only 100 channels.
Well, there's no parental lock on there, though.
No,
I mean, you'd have HBO. You'd be watching Danger Mouse. You'd be watching Cinemax.
How it worked is you'd plug the cable into the back of it, and then you have the cable out into your TV, and somehow it descrambled.
Put the files back together.
In the tiny, it was called like Ocean Pacific or something like that.
It was Scientific Atlanta or something.
Yeah, it was something like, and it was a
look up Scientific Atlanta.
The box somehow had like brown, like in the 80s
telecommunications equipment company.
They'd put fake wood on it. To make it look fancy.
It had fancy, like veneer wood on it.
It was a sticker though. It wasn't a wood. They just took a picture of wood and then made a sticker and stuck it on the outside of the descrambler.
Cisco Systems bought Scientific Atlanta.
It was Scientific Atlanta.
Yeah. And I remember the channels. Channel 61 and 62 were Spice.
Burned into his brain.
God damn.
Spice Channel and Playboy.
You can't remember our guests' names, and you remember the porn channels when you were a child?
Damn it.
That's more important than our guests to me.
That I will agree. If you're asking me if porn as a child is more important than Andy, I'm sorry, Andy. You didn't make the cut.
What band were you in, old man? 61 and 62. Anyway, when my friends found out, it blew their GD minds.
Oh, dude, you were the king. If you had a descrambler,
they would come in, lock themselves in my room, and then hammerhand in
my
there.
buddy David, I said his last name, I shouldn't have said it, but I think he's still around. He had one, and man, he was like the king of the school because, like it wasn't like he was the richest kid or anything, but he had access to stuff that you couldn't. I begged my parents, please get HBO. Please, because I knew that they had late at night. They had spicy shows on there.
My mom never told me not to watch it. Mom never even talked about it. In the Van family, we don't talk to each other about what rules or anything. Yeah, no. Are you joking?
I'm not joking.
Nothing. We just stay away from it, and then they
just
gave
avoid it.
I had
61 and 62. They'll teach you everything you need.
I was 13, 14, 15. Like I had. Unlimited porn. I'd stay up late and watch it.
Wow. This explains a lot.
Wow. The making of a pervert.
Sometimes they'd catch it, though, and scramble it again.
Who, your parents?
No.
The cable company?
The cable company.
Yeah. Plug it back in.
Yeah. But I couldn't tell my parents, and it would only be the porn.
Did you watch it on mute?
You had to.
Yeah, or that, or
You
the-
couldn't-
That's why he's silent.
You couldn't have it moan.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
yeah,
he's been watching silent porn
Yeah,
since his first days of
I
porn.
still do. I'm always
That's the only
hiding.
way, you know.
I gotta watch mine Bluetooth through Alexa. Loud.
All right. We'll see you next week.
All right.
Now you want to do that segment for Monday?
Yeah.
That was Friday too, right?
Yeah.
Monday. What is Monday's date? 17th.
I wasn't that bad, Sam, but we didn't have a box until middle school. We just had the cable in with like you'd get like I don't
I
know,
had like
20.
5 channels until
I think
was
we
in
get
like
20
8th grade.
or 30, but we got no premium, so I didn't get any of like.
Never had a home phone until 8th grade. Had to give my grandma's phone number for emergency numbers.
Wow,
Sucked.
that's a big one.
If you wanted to hang out, you had to literally just ride your bike over to your friend's house and see if they were home.
Yep, I remember that. My first computer didn't have the internet. My first computer was an Apple IIc with a green monitor. Let's see if I can find that. Oh shit, here's my first computer. This is what I had. And my mom bought it secondhand off another educator at one of her schools. There was this lady that had one. This was my first computer right there.
Goddamn.
Apple IIc. Look at that shit. That was the first thing I had. Floppy
The
disk.
old computer lab computers.
Not connected to the internet. This one right here on the right side, the big one, the big picture, with that monitor, that's the exact setup I had. It had the pull-up disc on the side. It had the gray keys. Shit was bomb, dude. No one else had it. It wouldn't go on the internet, but you'd play gay. It was fucking... I remember thinking, this is the future. And it was.
It's like what we used to play Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
100%.
Treasure Mountain.
Right.
I used to play Taipan. I'd play Wizardry. I'd play... shit, I'm trying to think of the other games. Wizardry was the shit, though. I remember when I found out the passcode in Wizardry where you could take your samurai and you put in the secret code and it would train him to be a ninja. And this was a text game. You weren't even looking at anything. And then I put in the secret code and it was like, your samurai is now evolved into a ninja. And I think I came my pants. I'm like, what?
Better time.
Didn't even have any pictures and I was that pumped about it. It was just like it would say like ninja sees troll. And you'd be like, you'd hit like a 2. And it'd be like, you killed the troll. I'd be like, fuck yeah.
So you want to do Monday 3 or 1?
3. We'll just do a segment real quick. I'll just tell you guys the story because it's not worth the.
Buckle your seatbelts, folks.
It's just
He
a bunch
Tom
of.
seems
said-
done with it. He's mad. He's done with it.
Tom said, I'll save the story to
Yeah.
tell you guys on air because what did you call it? A cluster of comedy?
Comedy of errors.
Comedy of errors.
Comedy of errors.
All right.
It's just a bunch of small things that only it seems.
All the
Anyway.
you
small
start.
things.
3.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. All right.
You look angry.
I know. I promise.
You
I'll
look
stop
mad,
talking about
mad.
this soon.
Are we
so-
putting it to bed?
Not yet. I have
Is this the
the
Luke
one-
of the Lizard funeral
No.
of the trailer debacle?
No, not
Or
yet.
debacle?
I have one more adventure tomorrow. Where
Adventure. They're
Can we all
adventures
go?
now.
Can we all go?
Take
Can
my
the
doctor-
listeners
No.
go?
Go to show.
Can we meet you there?
No.
So we can clap when you come out with
I can't
your-
have him ask any questions because I'm already nervous about
Okay.
because I'm just straight up lying. You
Okay,
know?
okay, and I know you
So,
don't like to lie.
uh,
All right, so walk us
it's
through.
a-
So yesterday,
I don't want to.
we
It's forced
finished.
to.
We finished the day. We had to do some stuff around the studio. You're like, I'm gonna go finally handle this trailer thing. I've got the plan.
Which he's said for the past 3 weeks.
No,
So I don't know.
But this was the day I
I
knew
just have
we-
to get it.
yeah.
I have to get it weighed, and the reason because if I now tell the DMV that it's a homemade trailer, they require a weight slip, And then I was like, well, how do you get, where do you go to get that trailer weighed? And then I ask around, and there's some recycling, place.
Facilities,
Yeah,
recycling centers.
That you could apparently go there and they'll weigh your trailer if you ask them to, whatever. And that's
That
where
sounds
Did
awkward.
you slip them a fiber or
Okay,
anything?
well, I'll
This
tell
sounds
you,
awkward.
Yeah.
This sounds like something you would not want to do.
Yeah, it's not an
What about a
official
weigh
anything.
station?
No, that's for tractor trailers. That's a whole thing.
You can't just pull your trailer on there and have them weigh?
Well,
Or the dump?
it needs to be a trailer only. It can't be the trailer and my truck. Anyway,
move your truck.
Okay, so I go up there, and it's already a bit of chaos because they're re-asphalting the place where I keep my boat. So
They asphalted over your boat, didn't they?
no, there's not. Anyway, so there's just a bunch of chaos going on.
Did
I
they
go there-
detail it yet?
Yeah, they did clean it. I appreciate that.
Oh, that's good.
So
They cleaned it with asphalt.
I get there and I have to wait a minute, and I'm all in a time crunch because the damn recycling place. I do know this because I did a little bit of research. It closes at 4, right? So I'm getting there at 3.
Why do things close at 4?
Recycling places like all
They open at like 4 a.m. though. Yeah.
all the scrappers they get there
Exactly.
early to get their pain pills.
Okay.
They know the scrappers are done by 4.
Yeah. They're on pain pills by 8, so
Yeah.
they only work at night. Anyway, so I finally get my boat, but I'm in kind of a rush, right? And so
Oh my God.
also
So you didn't hook it on the trailer, right?
no. I'm telling you, all these are small things that all it's like a song, right? That all the small things. Anyway,
Literally sang it 2 seconds ago.
I get the trailer. I'm heading toward now. I want to remind you, my license tag for my trailer goes to nothing. It's a ghost tag.
Yeah.
It's like if someone ran it, it would just be like, this doesn't
Error.
It's not attached
This
to
does
anything.
not exist.
So I'm rolling with that thinking in my mind that at least if the cops see it, I'm going with the logic of if they see it, at least that I tried or something.
Yeah. And
if
you'll
there's
explain
nothing,
it. Yeah, you'll explain it.
So anyway, I'm down 430. I'll tell you the name because Daniel, in fact, can you bring this up
Yeah,
on
I'll try.
Google Maps? Look up Trademark Recycling Center or whatever in Sanford, because this is the place I go to. So it's on 46. I'm driving down 46, and I'm constantly looking out for cops to make sure a cop doesn't get behind me and run my trailer tag that doesn't belong to anything.
Yeah.
And so then my GPS is like, turn right here, and I'm looking, and there's what threw me off is there's an actual trailer company that's next to the recycling place. This is on 46.
Is this the place?
Yeah. If you back up, go to the map section because I'll explain to you what happened next. So I see, and it threw me off. I was like, wait a minute, trailers, and this is how dumb I am. I see the trailers, I'm like, trailers, oh yeah. And then I start thinking, I need to go there.
Trailers? I have a trailer.
And then I passed the junkyard recycling place that I needed to, and then I was like, oh, damn it. And then it starts rerouting me, the GPS, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I take a right on like Martin Luther King Boulevard, and then I go down to a road that's next to there, Daniel. It's like right behind the Trademark Recycling. It starts with an M. I forgot. It's called Mensch or something like that road. Anyway, so it tells me to take a right, and it's a 1-lane road, right?
Yeah.
And like that's kind of like there's businesses on one side and like houses on the other. If you zoom in, because I want to explain to you what happened next.
I'm trying to get over here to it.
So
Is it possible to get like satellite imaging?
Yeah. So I start going down the road, and it's 1 lane, and there's a small little like water runoff on one side, and then on the other side are businesses, like industrial businesses.
Okay.
And so I'm driving, and I see at the very end where like it goes back into 46, there's cars parked there, and I'm like, and it seems like
It's like Maish Road. I see it. Okay.
Maish Road,
Yeah.
Duke Energy.
Ooh, there's a Bluebell Creameries back there.
Is parked at the end, and so I'm driving. It's a long road, right? And I'm pulling my boat trailer, which is 26 feet long. And so I'm driving, and then I get up to a sign that says caution, 1 lane only. But the lane is only 1 lane only to begin with.
Correct.
So I'm like, they put up a caution sign, but it says 1 lane. So I'm imagining it doesn't say no through traffic or
Right.
dead end.
Yeah.
It just says 1 lane.
1 lane.
So
Yeah.
I drive another 50 yards up until I get to the Duke Energy trucks, which are parked kind of staggered but blocking the road, right? And then
Okay.
there's 2 big Dukes, like
Excuse me?
like the ones with the bucket trucks or whatever,
Yeah.
and then one truck Duke Energy, like
Okay.
he's the supervisor
Yeah,
or whatever,
big Duke.
and he's parked next to the big Duke,
King Duke versus
blocking the road, right? So I pull up, and then I'm like, okay, maybe they've temporarily blocked the road, but they'll see me and my trailer and then move the truck so I can get by.
Right.
Because I see 46 is right
Yeah,
on the
you
other side.
see where you need to get to.
And the road that I went on was long, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm nobody. I can't see a human.
Are they at lunch? Or
I don't know. I'm
Oh,
looking
no.
around and I'm like, where are people? Like I contemplate getting out of my truck and then like
And doing hello.
so I'm looking, and then I finally see there's a guy sitting in the big Duke truck with the bucket and the whole thing, and he's sitting there. And then I see him looking at me in the rearview mirror, right? So I do the little like, "Hey, I'm here.
I'm the boat guy.
And then he gives
I'm really gonna mess up your day.
and then he gives me turn it around, right? So I'm sitting there.
No, you gotta do the Adam Carolla. You gotta point at him and then
Well,
go, you move.
So then I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I'm pointing behind me. I'm like, and then I'm sticking my head out the window. But it's
have a boat.
the boat's off the trailer. It's just the trailer. Right?
It's just the
So
trailer.
he can't see it. But I'm like, I'm pointing out.
By the way, the place next door is called Big Tex Trailer World.
no, I don't.
Big
That's what
Tex
threw me
Trailer
off.
World. That's awesome.
So I'm like, I have a trailer, and then without.
Like, I don't give up.
This guy straight up just keeps giving me the turn it around signal, and then I'm like,
Why don't you start giving him the turnaround?
Give him the rodeo like I give
So
you.
you start telling him we're gonna have a turnaround fight.
So I start looking at, and I'm like, what would Daniel do? Daniel would get out of the
I would
truck.
get out of it. I'd be like, hey, what the hell? Do you
have to
need
get
to be
out of
here?
here.
Move
Yeah.
your effing truck, you piece of ass.
Yeah, he'd tell these MFers that I got a trailer.
I would be nice. But if the guy starts to, hey, I'm not moving, I'd be like, well, why aren't you moving?
Yeah.
I'd get like that.
The bucket.
And so would Sam.
The bucket wasn't up. It was, you know what I'm saying? They were just
Move
sitting
your
there. so.
Duke.
But because I'm a P word.
No, I
Is this because of what happened at the Science Center parking lot yesterday?
How we can talk about that? Nothing happened.
I'm just like, no, you P word.
win
What?
this time.
And then I just start backing
But
up.
that's when you get your gun out.
No.
That's when you get your gun out.
I start backing
No.
down this road.
Keeping eye contact with him the whole time.
Well, I'm not joking. It's 600 yards
Dude.
down a one-way road that I have
Hell
to back
no.
a trailer.
Hell no.
A 26-foot trailer. So I start backing it up, slowly back
No.
up. Now, all the time, I'm looking at the clock because I got to get to this GD recycling plant by 4 o'clock before the close. It's the only time I got to do it.
I hate this guy now.
And by the way, I have to trailer my boat in 2 weeks to St. Augustine because Crystal's longtime friend is coming in town, and her husband's coming and family, and
cool.
we're driving to St. Augustine, or we're taking the boat up to St. Augustine.
Nice.
So I have to.
I'll
get
be there. Maybe I'll jump on the boat.
yeah,
oh my! I finally get to see him.
So anyway, I'm reversing
Only
down
showing
this
the
road.
crystal.
And then I realized I can't keep going in reverse down this road all the way to the end.
It's too much.
I see a business
You're gonna
driveway.
pull it in and then turn it around.
Pull it and turn around.
Yeah.
So I see a business driveway, and I'm like, I think now, mind you, this is a 1-lane road, and on the other side of the road is essentially a canal, and then the business driveway is blocked, or there's just a driveway and a fence.
Okay.
That so I'm
Like a little area just enough for you to put your trailer in.
I think exactly back it in, and then
It's a good idea.
So I back it in there to the point where I touch the fence with my trailer because I don't, I'm like,
Because I don't care.
then I put it,
Oh,
and
man.
then I proceed to Austin Powers. Little by. I'm not
Is he
joking,
still watching you through the
25
mirror?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he's watching me the whole time. I think he's eating his Jersey Mike stuff, just watching me. I think
man.
they're all laughing at me.
He gave you the spoon.
Yeah, you know what's the best about this? I got a Mike's weight and it's been juiced.
And in my mind, they're somehow listening listeners laughing and laughing at me, just telling their friends.
I wish
like,
I asked
idiot.
to go with you yesterday, and I was denied. We'd have moved that truck.
Austin Powers, 25 turns back and get on my way again, right? Get all the way back onto 46, pull into the recycling place, and then I pull into the recycling place, and then I'm looking. And
What time is it?
It's like I got 15 minutes.
All right. Nice job.
Yeah, but I'm like, I don't know what the recycling time is. What,
Right.
15 minutes before
Like,
close.
no, we've already shut down the way station.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know,
it takes an hour to heat up. I don't know. I don't know how
It
these
looks
things
like a lawless world.
Oh yeah, this looks like Mad Max.
Well,
bro.
It's a Mad Max.
You
And
are
their
going to-
customer base is even worse.
You're going to places that have zero creature comforts. This is like a building made of metal with horrible people inside.
And all I see is tiny Isuzu trucks filled with garbage, like zooming around bums and you know, like trying to get their pain pill money. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like,
Isuzu.
I'm like, what do I do here? Because I have no idea. Who do I talk to? Like, by the way, I tried calling this place 5 times.
No.
They do not answer
You
the
can
phone.
never
They're working.
Recycling plants.
They recycled their phone. There's no phone in there. They recycled it.
No one like
It had copper in it. It's
they're like,
gone.
why are you calling me? Who called?
No one's ever called there.
They
ever.
recycled the phone for pain pill money.
So-
That's what you do.
I'm looking. So then I decide I'm like I'm just gonna drive what it looks like onto a way station.
Wait a minute. You're going to just weigh it yourself?
No. Well, there's a way station, and then next to which I assume is the
It's
office.
an incinerator.
It's just a double wide trailer. because
Yeah,
with
that's the office. Yeah.
The office is a trailer.
You know what? You're a genius.
So I pull up, and then the window, the bedroom window of the trailer,
Aluminum foil.
is is their office window, and then I pull up,
And there's a Dracula inside.
and then I'm like, hello. I'm like,
Hello?
I'm here to measure or to weigh my trailer. And then she's like, $10 cash.
Large marks.
I got scared.
Oh, you didn't have cash.
And then I'm looking at my
You
wallet.
didn't have it.
I'm looking, receipts are falling out, whatever. And then I'm like, $9. I have $9 cash.
Only you.
Oh, check the truck for quarters.
Okay,
you.
So I'm like, I'm sorry, I have $9, and I
thought I told you.
and
Can I Venmo you?
assuming
You must have S in your ears, because I think I said 10.
So then I started scrounging my truck for pennies and quarters, right?
And there's nothing but trash in there.
So meanwhile, the Isuzus of
Zip it around. Trash everywhere.
Well, now they're waiting behind me because
You're holding up the line. They're fast.
Yeah, because they've got all their scrap metal
Yeah.
that they've
Also, they're on pain
scoured-
pills, which makes you faster. Have you ever been on them?
Oh, yeah.
I zip. I fly.
So finally,
Can't feel anything.
The lady's like, just like, that's fine, whatever.
Whatever,
Nobody. She was
you
very nice. though.
POS.
No, she was nice. And then she's like, pull your truck up, just so your truck's off the scale, and I'll weigh your trailer. So I do that, and then she's like, pull around. I do another Austin Powers turn through the junkyard garbage. I get back in there, and then she gives me a slip. It's just a pink slip that looks like it, they bought it in the 80s or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, and
Well, you bought it from Uline. There's no title on it. It
No
literally
title.
just says slip at the top, and she wrote, I don't know what.
She wrote 780 on this
I don't
pink,
even know what that means.
which is I guess
780 pounds?
the weight of my trailer,
All
and
right.
there's and then she's like, here we go, and then I get the slip.
I
and I'm
could have
like,
done that for you.
I'm like,
And then it flies away in the wind.
no, I have it. I'm like, is this all I need? I can't believe this is all I need.
Yeah.
I put this.
Does that make you mad?
In my truck, and then
Does it make you question it because it's not that official?
Well, the story's not done. I go back to the place where I keep my boat. I drop off the trailer. I call them. I'm like, all right, my trailer's back. You can put my boat away now. And I start driving away. So I get 10 minutes away, and then it dawns on me. I'm like, oh, God, I left the license plate on my boat trailer. I need that when I go to make, get a new registration, because without the hard plate, I think they charge you like $100 extra for a new one.
Yeah,
But
I think
transfer is cheaper.
Yeah, I
Right.
think you're right on this.
So then I was like,
I like
"Ah,
to give him credit when he gets things right.
Oh yeah, I know a lot about license plates.
I don't think you do.
He used to
You've
make
asked a
'em.
lot of
Yeah,
questions.
he used to make them back in the day.
Anyway, so I'm like, I go back, and they're like, I'm just gonna go back and grab it. I drive back fast because I have to get back there before they put my boat in the storage, because then you have to like get through a like an employees only area.
They gotta
and have
buzz
to
you
ask-
in, right,
yeah,
yeah.
So then I get back, and then the guy has my trailer on the tractor ready to get my boat. So I zoom up there, and I'm like, wait, I'm like, I need to grab my.
Does he do the
my
turnaround?
Oh,
And then he's like, all right.
around.
So
too late.
I jump out of my truck. I run over to.
And your pants fall down.
No. I run over to the license plate, and then I realize it's zip tied. I use 2 zip ties to zip tie it on
Get
there.
your pocket knife.
Right, I have no pocket. I have nothing. So then I look up at the guy in the tractor, who's, by the way, doing the stereotypical like
come on, buddy.
like looking, like
Yeah.
waiting. He's like, time's a ticking, and I'm like,
And it's running, right? He's
yeah,
setting
oh,
up-
yeah. He's waiting, right? And then
That gives me anxiety.
so I'm like, hey, you got some pliers or a knife or anything? He's like, nope.
Turn
Love
it
it. I
around.
love this.
So then
It's like, no.
I grab the license plate and I just start
Ripping it?
I'm like, I'm ripping off with my string. So I'm like,
With my
and then with my weak hands, and
Your arms are strong, though.
I managed to bust the zip ties out.
Because they're dry rotted.
Thank
Thank God for dry rotted zip ties.
And then I put the plate.
Is
in
it
my-
all bent and mangled?
Yeah, all mangled. And then I put the plate in there, and then I put the slip on top that just says it's a pink slip.
780.
780. Nothing. No other information whatsoever.
Yeah.
And like my name's not on there. Nothing. 780. And then I'm like, well, gotta go to the DMV with this, and then just be like,
This
here
is
we
as
go.
official as it
I'm
gets.
like, here
I
it
have a
is.
ball of aluminum, which is the plate, and a pink slip.
I need a new trailer. Thank you. Or registration, and that's what I'm doing tomorrow.
All right.
And then I'll tell you.
Can't
what
wait to
yeah.
hear the
See
update.
how it goes.
Yeah. All that. By the way, to register a trailer that I legally bought, people are saying, "Oh, it's stolen." I'm like, it's
No.
not. It's just a mishap, and
Yeah.
this is the way in Florida that you have to
I feel like
do it.
Why does this
is-
only happen to you?
I feel like
though?
this is one of those stories you hear where, you know, like, you ever heard of like people that are like, my identity was stolen in 2009. and
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
ruined-"
I know somebody
And they're
that,
like, but
yeah.
I'm talking to people that are like,
Yeah.
and it ruined my life. And then you look at them and you're like, oh,
You're like,
crap,
no
it
way.
did ruin their life.
Because-
Because like, it's never happened to me. It's never happened to like really good friends of mine or anything. But like, you see
There's-
these people that are like, I couldn't prove that I was who I was.
yeah.
And I'm like,
it's
well,
a hassle. Yeah.
There's a set of circumstances that because there's procedure, and if you fall outside that procedure,
you're done.
like, no one really has anything for you.
Yeah.
And I know people.
it happens a lot with
there's-
identity here in town.
Yeah.
The people that help a lot of people that are down on their luck re-get their identification, their birth certificate, and stuff like that. If you don't have some of that stuff,
Yeah.
dead in the water.
And by the way, yeah, my trailer has no identification whatsoever on it. It doesn't have any VIN number anywhere.
No.
So that's the problem. Before people are like, "Oh, you could solve this." I went through all this.
Yeah.
Listen, this has
All
been
right, so
happening for months.
tomorrow is the final installment.
Yeah.
You're going to go down with
after
your
the
license.
Friday free show.
Yeah, after the Friday free show, you have your plate.
Do you have an appointment?
Can we make you one so we just do it right? We'll make you one today.
There might not be any left
No,
on
there
a
may not
Friday
be any
afternoon.
If he's going to go wait in line, he'll get in.
I went
What
there.
time does the DMV close?
It's fine. I went there on a Friday afternoon to register Seth's tampon
Yeah, you
card.
walked
Remember,
right
I
in.
walked
Okay.
in and did it. It was fast.
Nobody wants to do that on a Friday.
Yeah. Like if you get there Friday at 3, that's a sweet spot.
All right. Well, good luck, sir.
Yeah. And
I'm rooting for you.
and then hopefully they just hand
All
me,
of this for nothing to matter. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't
They
even
just
matter.
hand me my tag. Although I think I have to tell them the year the trailer was built.
Why
And I
don't
was
you
gonna say
wait for them to
2020.
ask? Why don't you just wait? Why
No,
don't
I
you
read
take
that.
my advice? Don't.
I read it.
But I'm.
He wants to be prepared in case
No,
he
no,
gets
no.
questioned.
No. Don't be
I'm-
prepared. Be prepared, but don't offer anything more than you need. Don't start going into one of your world-class circle talks.
Yeah,
of like,
you do start giving out
"Oh,
information.
This is a scam, and I
you don't
took
need.
it down there and I weighed it, and
You
they're saying I
overshare.
gotta do homemade, and this isn't homemade. I didn't build this.
I've already
You like panic chirp.
I've already built the story about how I built this trailer.
You don't
I-
have to be
No.
the one that built it, by the way.
Don't say a word.
Yeah, no, but if you didn't build it, you need the bill of sale and the previous owner's
Don't
license
offer
plate.
any of that. Just
No,
walk
I
in, put
researched
the
all
things
this.
down, and just go, I need to.
No, but then they start asking.
No.
In 2020,
Say, I don't know.
Me and my buddy started this trailer project
my
when the
God.
pandemic hit.
The great 2020 trailer project.
And then we slowly built it in
His
my
name's Project
backyard.
Do you have like full character analysis
Yeah,
of
yeah,
each
yeah.
person in your lie?
I learned how to weld with the Arc Junkie
What if she
Just dress like a
project.
sheep. They won't ask any
What if
questions.
she asks for a picture of your friend?
Oh, yeah,
Do you have one on your phone?
Right.
Yeah.
Tony already photoshopped me 3
Jesus.
pictures of me.
What are you gonna wear?
Welding a trailer.
Yeah, what are you gonna wear?
Well, I got this whole.
You're gonna wear like a welding outfit, right? So it looks like you make trailers.
Yeah. I can't go in like
Yeah.
this.
I would actually carry the wand that I don't even know what that's called.
The
the
welding
welding wand.
Yeah.
I would wear the helmet actually, a welder's helmet.
Yeah, but I'll wear it backwards.
No. Wear it closed, and when you walk in, and then they next, they call your number, walk up there, and they flip it up.
Okay, yeah.
And they, I forgot this was on. Like, I
just
should have left
welded
this.
this
And then
trailer.
you take
Here's
it
the
off.
weight.
Take off your welding helmet. Like, I should have left this in my my mobile welding truck.
All right.
That's what you do.
We will be right back.
Since this is going Monday, we could, for the 4th segment, have the follow-up.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. That's Monday.
3.
You're right.
Unless you want to use it for a BDM.
No.
What
I'll
day
say
is Monday?
It is the 17th.
I mean, I'm nothing's gonna. They're just gonna be like, okay, here we go. Like no one gives a fuck. All this for nothing.
At least you have it correctly done.
I hope you hand them the slip and they're like, what the fuck is this?
There is that scenario where
Right.
he goes in and
They're
he's
like,
doing it
this
right.
is
They're
He's
like, we don't know what this
like
is.
you go in cool as a cucumber. You go, here's the plate.
Yeah.
Here's this homemade trailer. I just need to get this registered. And then they're like, what is? And
Yeah,
you're like,
well,
well, this is the way to the trailer. And they're like, no, you
I've
needed.
never
how do
seen
we
this
know?
You needed
before,
form number XJ5
Yeah,
to
yeah,
fill
yeah.
out, and you needed to have a police officer sign off on the thing.
Well, I called and talked to. I waited on hold for half an hour and talked to a lady and asked those specific questions. Like, all right, I just need to get the weight slip, but I'm like, I don't need to. Do I have to have any sort of information on the slip? And she's like, well, usually sometimes they'll put the VIN number or the license plate. And then I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, well, that doesn't exist on my trailer, so
Right.
there's nothing anybody could put. But I don't tell her that because I don't want them
Right.
to be like, this is the guy I talked to.
That's not going to happen, by the way. They talk to 1 million people a day.
I know. But yeah, just some slip with 780 written on it. I was like, is that, are they going to take that?
I hope so. For the love of God, I hope so. I pray. I don't even believe in that, but I pray that they take
Is
that.
it subjective? Like, if I get someone on the bad day, are they going to be like, we don't accept this? Or
If
like,
you get someone that's like a stickler for the
yeah,
rules, yeah.
Is that how it
Most
works?
of them don't give a fuck, though.
Yeah. Hopefully.
It'll be fine. Or
Are we doing another one
it
here?
won't.
No,
That's
no.
up to you
Oh.
guys.
Are we doing lunch?
We don't need to, but
Yeah, let's do lunch.
All right, it's lunchtime, y'all. We'll see you after lunch.